Braves 8.2. They stroking. They getting some hits. San Diego Padres 9. You see the separation. You see the acceleration. You see the pull off. When them Padres bats get the swinging, it's over. When it comes to the home runs, Atlanta is 1.3.
For me, y'all can chase the tail. Pick so precise, it's like we read it, get in braille. Stacking all this money, there's no way that we can fail.
Welcome everybody to the Save Money Podcast, your go-to source for all the latest and greatest in sports and urban culture. We're here to break down the trending topics, give you the inside scoop, and provide expert insights on everything from the game day strategies to the culture. Whether you are a seasoned bettor, a sports fan, fanatic, or a gambler like myself, or just someone who love to stay on top of the urban scene, guess what, fam? We got something for you. So stay tuned in, stay down, stay locked in, and let's make some safe money. Yeah. Listen, we are 1-1 for the month of October. Your last night two-pick Shakur was the Tennessee Titans. They went out there and they handled business. And the Seattle Seahawks, who were beaten yesterday. Golf played good. I can't deny golf. I can't deny golf, man. Golf played extremely well. I have to give him and the Detroit Lions their props. The secondary is a little suspect, but talking about the Lions, that is. But for the most part, it was a great game. Some calls. It was some calls that were questionable down there towards the red zone. Seahawks are driving the ball down the field, and then you have a offensive pass interference where the receiver runs into the cornerback. It's within the 5-yard frame, and the flag was called. And from there was a shift. There was a shift after that, and Metcalf was fondled like, he was at a, he looked like he was being harassed by the police the way he was being fondled over there in one play in the end zone. I mean, he was damn near judo slammed in the back of the end zone prior to the ball even getting there. I mean, no excuses. No excuses. I'm not making anything up for them. I mean, they were the ones playing, not me. I just saw some inconsistencies in regards to some of the calls that the referees made. And to me, that was the turning point of the game. But nevertheless, it's another day, save money. And, hey, it's playoff time. It's playoff time in the MLB. We talking about that diamond right now. Let's get to it. We're going to get to the two-pick Shakurs for today. The playoffs have started. I had the wild card game yesterday. The Mets are officially locked in. The Braves, they're locked in as well. The Mets are locked in playing the Brewers. They'll be playing today at 5 o'clock or 5:20. And then we have the San Diego Padres at home playing the Atlanta Braves. That'll be a late game. That'll be tonight, I believe, at 8:20. Something like that. Yeah. Anyway, we have the Baltimore Orioles at home today playing the Kansas City Royals. head-to-head competition when it comes to the Kansas City Royals and the Baltimore Orioles. Baldy, the Orioles, they're 8-2. They pretty much, the Orioles that is, they pretty much steamroll the Royals every time they link up. In the last two games, Baltimore beat Kansas City 9-7 and 5-0. They're 8-2 overall. 8-2. Baltimore is 8-2 whenever they're playing against the Kansas City Royals, and the game between these two have gone over 5 games, and it has gone under 4 games. So, pitching. The pitching tonight, we have Cole Reagan. He is a left-handed pitcher playing the Baltimore Orioles. Cole is 2-3. He's 1-2, lost 3. He's a tough pitcher with an ERA of 2.40. 2.40. Now, I have to be honest. I'm a Baltimore fan. All right, I'm a Baltimore fan, but I have to be honest. I have to be as transparent as I possibly can. Kansas City has the better pitching. as much as I don't want to admit it, they have the better pitching. The better pitching goes to the Kansas City Royals, but when it comes to those bats swinging, now, don't get it wrong, Baltimore has some good pitchers. Baltimore has some good pitchers, and they have a good bullpen. But overall, the bullpen favors the Kansas City Royals. They've currently rested up. Well, he's not playing. He's not starting, so there's no need for me to give you that information. Where is he at? Cole Reagan. Yeah. Cole Reagan, the 26-year-old Cole Reagan, 6'4", 190. They showing him a lot of love, man. They showing him a lot of love. He's tough. Like I said, the bullpen favors Baltimore slightly. Baltimore has a good bullpen as well. Starting for Baltimore is Corbin Burns, right-handed pitcher. He is 3-2 against Kansas City. He has an ERA of 1.20. Yeah. And he's pitching up to 6 innings. Reagan as well. They're both pitching up to 6 innings. When it comes to hitting safe money, when it comes to those strokes, man, it begins to lean in favor Baltimore. Baltimore, according to the consensus, they are a 69%. They have a 69% chance of winning. Save money, we going with Baltimore. That's not hard to understand. Baltimore Orioles at 408 is game 1 of your 2-pick Shakur. Say Money, when it comes to the diamond, we only rock with two teams. We only jump out there with two teams consistently and consecutively. We believe in two franchises. I have a portfolio in both areas. Baltimore 4-8. And listen, they'll say, man, wouldn't do this. Shh, man, please. I'm taking Baltimore with the spread. I'm taking Baltimore with the spread. It's the playoffs. Baltimore is a stronger team. They hit better, and the pitching is decent. Their bullpen may not be as deep and has the depth as the Kansas City Royals, but Baltimore is overall just a better team. When you look at when you look at the overall record, you have Kansas City, good record, 86-76. Baltimore, 91-71. And prior to this, they were just 7-3 in the last 10 games. At this point, it doesn't mean anything. You can throw everything you know about these teams out the window. But nevertheless, Baltimore is game one of your two picks, Shakur. Game two will be at 8:38, and we will have Michael King. Yes, Michael King and the San Diego Padres. There we go. Wait a minute. See, now I got to go back. Because that's what hold on. I got to go back. Because this is what I was trying to incorporate in game one. The hitting. Yeah, the hitting. Okay, so the hitting for I'm back with Baltimore, Kansas City. So the hitting, when it comes down to the hitting, come down to the runs, Kansas City is a 4.6 runs within, they average 4.6 runs in 9 innings. Baltimore Orioles, on the other hand, they average a whopping 5.0 runs in 9 innings. They both teams they scrappy. They're averaging .244 for Kansas City Royals and .247 for Baltimore. The hits, the strokes, within 9 innings, Kansas City a game has been averaging 8.3 hits a game. Averaging, so they're getting some strokes. They're getting some strokes, and then we have Baltimore Orioles, who is averaging 8.6 home runs. When it comes down to home, and that's the Baltimore Orioles averaging 8.6 runs per game within 9 innings. So they both can get the swinging. But Baltimore, I'm telling you, is a little different. It's a little different with Baltimore. When it comes down to the home runs, Kansas City is averaging 1 home run. Is this, within 1 a game. All right, 1.5 for Baltimore. Base hits. 2.6 for the Kansas City Royals, 3.0 for Baltimore. Walks allowed by the starter for Baltimore is 3.0 and for Kansas City is 2.6. When it comes down to the Where did we go? When it comes down to the EB hits, average extra base hits per game, the EB average extra base hits per game. This here favors the Baltimore Orioles, who has a 1.5 when it comes to extra hits per inning a game, and Kansas City 1.0. Let's see. On base percentage. On base percentage. Oh, man. On base percentage favors the Baltimore Orioles with a .315. Kansas City Royals with a .305. And for that reason, this is the reason why we're rocking safe money. We're rocking with the Baltimore Orioles right there. And I like them at home. Burns with a 2.92 ERA. And with those Baltimore Oriole bats, man, I'm going to take them. Safe money, we're going to take them with the spread. All right, game 2 of our 2-picture core is the San Diego Padres. Now, for the Padres, we have Mike King on the mound. He's pitching, and I've been looking for the pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. I can't find him anywhere. All right, so whatever. The when it comes down to head-to-head action, it's even. The Padres and the Atlanta Braves, when it comes down to head-to-head action, is even. They're 5-5. 4 games it went over and 6 it went under. That didn't make any sense, but hey, that's what it says right here. They're even, man. This is gonna be it's gonna be a dog fight. They really don't have too much information up here about the pitches, besides Michael King being right-handed, and he has a 2.95 ERA. Ooh, listen, the odds on the Padres and Baltimore are the same odds, right? The same odds for Kansas City, the same odds for Atlanta, and 69% chance that they favor San Diego to win. 69% chance, both of them for Baltimore too. I like the way it's stacked together like this. I'm going with the Padres at home anyway. I don't know if you all have been watching the Padres or not. Them boys tough as hell on anywhere, on any given night. Baltimore too. Yeah, so that's what we doing. Let me pulling this up for the Padres. I don't want to know all that. Okay, when it comes down to, boy, they hitting better than The hitting is better in this game than it is in the Baltimore Orioles and the Kansas City game. Within within 9 innings, the runs that are put up by the Atlanta Braves is 4.4. For the San Diego Padres, 4.8. This is, to me, now we of course know defense is important. Defense is important, but you got to get some strokes on the ball. You've got to get some strokes on the ball. If it comes to stroking, man, the Padres get it done. Ooh, the Padres get it done. Y'all gonna see. 4.8 runs per game, averaging .261, .261. We're talking about the San Diego Padres. Hitting, they're averaging 261. Atlanta, .241. When it comes to the strokes, the hits, listen to this. Here we go. Atlanta Braves, 8.2. They stroking. They getting some hits. San Diego Padres, 9. You see the separation. You see the acceleration. You see the pull off. When them Padres bats get the swinging, it's over. When it comes to the home runs, Atlanta is 1.3. San Diego 1.2. When it comes down to the walks allowed by the starter, this goes to the Atlanta Braves with a 3.0. San Diego Padres 2.8. Next we have where you at? We have the EB hits, average extra base hits per game. These extra base hits favors Atlanta 1.3, Padres 1.2. Lastly, we have on base percentage. The on base percentage leans towards the San Diego Padres, .323, while Atlanta Braves, they have a .309. Yes, when it comes down to on base percentage. So San Diego is going to get on base, and they're pushing it. The hits, they're going to be hitting. They're aggressive whenever they're on the mound. Whenever they're up at base, whenever they're swinging. Hell, they're aggressive on the mound as well. When it comes down to the pitching, Atlanta has an ERA of 3.49. It favors Atlanta when it comes down to the pitching. And don't get it twisted. San Diego has great pitchers, but it favors Atlanta. Pitchings per inning, it's a tie there, 8.2. When it comes to strikeouts, it favors the Atlanta Braves with 9.6. But San Diego's at home, and I believe, with them being at home, of course they have the home field advantage, and I believe it just allows them to be a little more comfortable at home. So your two picture core for today is the San Diego Padres and the Baltimore Orioles. Lastly, I got to give you some money talk. What does wisdom say? What does wisdom say? Well, it's simple. Life can be burdensome, like a roller coaster. I don't know if you ever been to Carowinds or any part, been on a roller coaster. There's a lot of twists and turns, up and down. Every now and then you find yourself upside down, going through tunnels and dark places, and just a whirlwind, and then finally it comes to an end. And the reason why you're able to get to the end is because of the tenacity and the stick-to-itness that causes one to not give up. That's your money talk. That's your wisdom today. Don't give up. Don't give up. No matter how crazy it gets, no matter how many times they continue to move the goalposts, to move the line, don't give up. Don't give in. That's the only way you can make it to the end, is to not give up. Hang on in there. Hang on in there. Baltimore Orioles, hang on in there. San Diego Padres, hang on in there. That's your two-pitch score. Hang on in there. Don't give up. Life is crazy. Full of ups and downs, twists and turns. It's a roller coaster, but don't give up.
Let this safe open up.